Hey everybody, we're two metalheads. So
Just a couple of Gen Xers.
is that what we are? No,
Yeah, I think we're Gen Xers.
I think I crossed the line in between millennial and I'm like right on the line, I think.
I think 1982 is when Millennial starts.
Oh, okay, then I'm okay.
Yeah,
I just made it.
you just fucking got in by the skin of your teeth.
Yep. So
I could be wrong. I see different things all the
yeah, I
fucking
don't
time
know.
where
I don't
it's
think I
1979 is where Gen X stops or fucking whatever, but I don't know.
I
We're
don't
Gen
think I
X.
hold the values of a millennial. So I don't know.
I definitely do not hold the values of a millennial at
Yeah.
all in the least.
I think as you get older, you stop caring. Well, I guess millennials are 40 now, so
Yeah,
probably not feeling the same as they did when they were younger. But
probably not.
when you were growing up, did you have one of those like big wooden TVs on the floor? Like, all the commercials in the 80's, even today,
Oh yeah, I've seen them
yeah.
before. Um, I lit when I got my apartment at the top of Croton Avenue in Austin when I first met Christine. My roommate, his sister had one of those big, giant, fucking massive things. And I've seen ones like a buddy of mine had one that also had a record player in it.
Oh, yeah,
It was like the TV and a record player and like a liquor cabinet.
yeah. Those are old school, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking old as shit. But I just had regular TVs, like regular tube TVs growing up.
Well, these were like the first TV I remember having was like a little 12-inch black and white. But then,
Yeah,
like, as time went on, we had like I mean, it was big by 80's standards, but probably wasn't that big. But
yeah.
just, it was like, it was everything, like two big speakers and wood encased in wood. It's probably
Right.
like 300 pounds. You couldn't move the thing.
Oh yeah. It took two or three guys to get that thing into your fucking house.
Yeah, and it was like on the floor. And that's
Right.
where we would hook up our Nintendo. And, it was in the
Okay.
it's usually in the downstairs of a house.
Yeah,
Because nobody wants to lug that thing up a staircase. Uh,
of course.
but
I had kind of I guess you could consider it like a mini version of that where it was just the TV, but then it had this fake wood paneling encircling the screen.
yeah, those are a little bit newer. Yeah,
Yeah.
this didn't even have a
So
remote.
that was our TV in the living room.
Yeah, mine didn't have a remote. Like you had to click to turn the channel. Like,
Um, Mine had the remote only because we had the cable box hooked up to it.
I think by the time we got like a real cable box, that TV was. I don't know if we had one down where that TV was. We had one upstairs, but we had like I guess they were black boxes. They weren't.
Oh, I had the cheater box too. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
not for like a little while, but definitely like early '90s,
Yes,
late '80s,
90's.
early '90s.
Yeah.
My dad bought the cheater box so we could watch fucking all the movies, and
Yeah, pay per
that
view.
was back when you bought fucking pay-per-view movies.
Yeah, and the cheater box gave you it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So all day long was fucking Terminator 2 on a loop on this one channel.
it was great.
And
Yeah,
then we
that
got
was good.
boxing for free. We got wrestling pay-per-views for free. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, we had those too, but not downstairs. That's where the video. I mean, the downstairs was basically for me and my brother. You know?
Right.
Yeah, there was just
So you just had the video games downstairs and regular TV.
yeah, pretty much. I think there was eventually in the 90's there was a computer down there.
Right.
But I mean, the downstairs of the house was originally like wood paneling in like the
That's how
70's.
my living room was. Yeah, it was all wood paneling.
It was, you would get like some of the, I don't even know when some of these foods came out, but like Hot Pockets. I believe Hot Pockets came out when I was young. I don't, I think they were new.
Yeah.
So we get like hot pockets. Elio's pizza was a big one for us. I
Yes.
don't know why. I haven't had it in at least, I want to say like 2.5 decades. I probably haven't had, maybe longer.
Wow.
Not, yeah, I mean, dude, not since, I don't even know if it might even be longer than, I don't think I've had them since a teenager. I probably didn't have it anymore. So
Right.
3 decades probably, you know.
Every once in a while, I buy a box of them just for nostalgia, and they still taste pretty much the same.
I kind of want to do it. I've been like every once in a while I see it and I go, that'd be nice. But then I'm like, I don't want it to be a letdown.
Yeah, it's really not. It pretty much tastes exactly the same. Like most of the junk food from when we were kids and teenagers sucks now.
Well, combos were good. They came out, but they didn't have a lot of flavors when we were. And it was like cheddar, and it was either the pretzel or the cracker, and then pizza. I think that was the only ones they had.
Yeah, that was the only two flavors we had. Yeah, now they got fucking all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I think they have sweet ones now that are like s'mores and stuff. Like,
I don't know. I haven't eaten any of that stuff in a long
you don't
time
need
either.
all that fucking dumb shit. But like Oreos suck now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I
mind
haven't had
Oreos.
one in like a couple years, but the last time I got Oreos, they suck. Doritos ain't great anymore like they used to be.
I still like the nacho Doritos. The Cool Ranch, those were cool when I was young. Now I don't care about it as much.
I always liked the taco one. And I remember originally they were Taco Bell ones. Remember like the bag had kind of a window in it and you could see inside the bag of chips?
No, I don't remember that, but I remember like the stripes on the top of the bag.
Yeah.
I remember
But
that.
like back when we were young, the big bag of Doritos, not the little one you would get in a deli or whatever, but the big family size bag, it had like a window so you could see the chips inside the bag.
Do you remember Crystal Pepsi?
Yes, I do, and it was fucking terrible.
I remember like getting out of like Taekwondo, a little chubby sixth grader or whatever I was, running. There was a deli next door. Run next door. We gotta try the Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, it stunk.
I don't remember. I remember being clear, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was clear and it didn't it tasted off. There was something weird about it. It was supposed to be that it was clear and tasted exactly like Pepsi, but it didn't. It was off.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember loving it or hating it, but I only think I tried it and never had it again.
Do you remember Pepsi Blue?
No.
Pepsi Blue came out like end of the 90's, early 2000s,
Okay.
and it was kind of like a blue raspberry soda. It
By
was
then,
actually fucking good.
I probably wasn't. In the end of the 90's, I was heavily into bodybuilding. So I probably wasn't having
Okay.
any of that kind of stuff. I was like
Yeah, so you weren't.
155. I was 155 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was hardcore into it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Okay.
drinking
So
any
you
of that
definitely
stuff.
weren't fucking with Pepsi at that
No,
point.
I was eating like chicken breast and grilled vegetables or steamed vegetables, grilled chicken breast. I messed that up completely. Like, have like a muffin for breakfast and an apple for lunch. I did
Wow.
it. Well, I mean, back then you had no idea what you were doing,
Yeah.
and you couldn't look it up. There was internet, but it wasn't very good. So you had
Right. It's not like
magazines
the
and
internet
stuff.
we got now.
Yeah, you have magazines and stuff, and all you really saw was that they showed you like, oh, these guys are massively decreasing their calories before a show to tighten up. But they don't show you that they're massively decreasing it from like 4,000 calories, which is a lot, to like 2,000, which is what a normal person eats.
Ah.
And I'm like starving myself trying to. We want like me and I had 3 or 4 friends that wanted to do a show, like a amateur, like teenage bodybuilding show.
Yeah.
So we were all trying to cut down, and had I known how to do it right,
That sounds like fucking pedophile jerk off fodder.
yeah, I know, right? It probably was.
A teenage muscle show. Ooh.
But
Muscly arms.
I messed up my shoulder and I couldn't do it.
Oh shit. What
Yeah.
lifting? You fucked your shoulder up?
Probably a combination of things, but I ended up needing surgery. So, nah, took me out. But like nowadays, you could go, oh, I could either cut carbs and just like
Right.
go keto or carnivore and drop 20 pounds in a month
Yeah.
if you have that much to drop. Usually those guys take 16 weeks to chop down to their body weight that they want to be on stage at, which is
Okay.
it's a good amount of time.
Yeah, it's 4 months.
Yeah. So you could drop, you could mess around with that stuff, but I had no idea what I was doing. you know, and you have to eat enough protein so that you're not losing muscle. Also, you know,
Right.
I didn't know that then, so I just got smaller. you know, like, but that's the '90s. All I had was the
Yeah.
magazines.
Yeah, magazines and certain books. You probably had to buy the books.
I have the Arnold Schwarzenegger encyclopedia and the Weeder encyclopedia, and I still have them. They're still
Wait, what's this fucking? It's about fucking. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's about fucking ganja, isn't it? Fuck yeah, getting zooted.
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But that's what I had. And then there was like Franco Colombo, who was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout partner, came out with like
Okay.
came out with a nutrition book, which basically said this much of a piece of chicken is this many calories, this much protein. So look through the book to figure out how much everything you were eating was.
Yeah,
Now
it's
you
a
do it
pain in
with an
the
app.
dick.
you know,
Right.
I have that book too still, so I would never use it again. But like, no,
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger also says you fucking only need 4 hours of sleep a day, too.
yeah, sleep faster.
Yeah, that he's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, I one of the biggest things that bodybuilders and personal trainers will tell you nowadays is if you don't rest, you're not going to recover and you're not going to grow
Right.
unless you're doing steroids. like I think a lot of these guys will put on well, you still have to work hard when you're taking steroids. Yeah, absolutely, you do. But if
Sure.
you were working hard without the steroids, you wouldn't look the same as you do was working hard with the steroids. You're not going
Right.
to look the same. It it is doing something, but if you take them and don't do anything, yeah, it's not going to do you any good.
You think
But
Arnold was juicing?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. But I think he's admitted it. But it was always
Oh,
like
he has.
it was always during the um is what a lot of the guys in that era said they would they would do steroids, but they were legal then. They would do steroids when they were prepping for the competition during that like 12 to 16 week thing so that they
Right.
can continue to lift hard and gain muscle while they're cutting the food and losing fat.
Okay.
And they said they would do it then. Some guys would do a little bit here and there in the off season, but it wasn't like today where these guys are on it all year round.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
And
were
you said back then it was legal, like it
yeah,
was okay.
yeah, it was legal. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you had to get a prescription for it, but
Ah.
I think you could probably a lot of those guys were driving to like Mexico and just coming back with it. I don't think you would get in trouble back then for it. I mean, maybe because you were crossing the border, but if you had it, I don't know if they really did anything. It didn't really become a problem until the 80's.
Right.
I don't know. And it's like, I don't know why it's illegal. If somebody wants to do it, it's not really your problem. Like,
I feel that way with baseball. Like,
yeah, that made
these
it
dudes.
exciting.
Yeah, it really did, man. It was fucking constantly home runs all the time. It was just like it made the sport really fucking exciting.
Yeah.
And now, they took all that away. And now it's like analytics and fucking, it's all about the fucking trajectory of the swing, the launch angle, all that bullshit. Now you're not seeing nearly as many home runs.
The games take forever. I can't watch it.
They kind of always did, but that's what I like about baseball. It's kind of like fucking playing chess,
Hmm.
where it's like, pitcher versus batter. Like I like that whole war that goes on between the pitcher and the batter,
Did
but
you go
it's
to
it's always been a long fucking game.
Did you go to games when you were a kid?
I went to Yeah, I went to one Yankee game in 91, 92, maybe 92. And I saw the Yankees. I saw Don Mattingly play. That was really fucking
Me
cool.
too. I got to
I
see him.
think
I got a good
I
one for you.
saw, I think I saw Jim Abbott pitch.
I was at his no hitter.
You were at that fucking game?
Yep.
That's badass.
Yeah. It was weird
The
because
fact that that
he
dude's
would
not in the
throw
Hall of
and
Fame
then
is
stick his hand in his armpit where his glove was and have the glove in his hand.
yep. And he was
He didn't have a
always ready
hand.
for the ball to come back to him.
Yeah. That guy should be. Is he
Uh,
in the Hall of Fame? He should be.
I was just saying, dude, the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame is a fucking
The
travesty.
fact that
He had one hand.
he could be that effective as a pitcher and have one hand.
Yeah.
Like, come
Dude,
on.
he got hits
Yeah.
because he got traded to, was it Philadelphia?
I
He
don't know.
got traded to a National League team where he got a couple hits. They were fucking bloop single hits. But the fact that he got a hit at all
Yeah, pitchers didn't really bat back then.
in the National League, they did.
Yeah, I don't remember that much about it. 'Cause, I mean, I went in the late 80's, early 90's. My dad would take us a lot, actually.
Yeah,
So,
that's fucking
and we
cool.
had like, I guess from his job, like he would get like, we were in like right above the dugout. Like you could lean over and talk to the players if they were like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
they were good seats.
That's fucking awesome. So you saw Don Mattingly quite a bit then.
Yeah. And like we had players that would give us like a ball occasionally that walk right over to us and because it's two like 7 and 8 year old kids, like
Right.
so they would come over and here give us the
Of
ball. They would throw
course.
them back and forth to warm up or something, you know. And I think I still have one from I don't even know whatever happened to this guy, Pat Kelly. I just
Pat
remember
Kelly, that sounds familiar.
He was on the Yankees, and he gave us a baseball, and that's the reason I remember his name. But he never made like a huge name for himself. He seemed like a decent player at the time, but maybe he got traded. I don't know.
I think he might have been you said he was on the Yankees?
Yeah,
I think he might have went to the Toronto Blue Jays at one point.
maybe.
That's probably why you didn't really hear much from him after that, because the Blue Jays until like the mid '90s weren't really a fucking thing.
Well, also for me, unless I was at the game, I didn't watch it. you know,
Right.
I wasn't interested in watching it on TV. But when I was there, it was fun. You
Yeah, of course. It's a fucking blast.
yeah. Do you remember? I don't know if this is the 80's or 90's. The Ninja Turtle pies.
Yes, those were awesome.
Those are the best.
They really fucking were.
And they were
The green frosting and the
yeah, and
vanilla
there was like
pudding
custard
inside.
in it.
Yeah.
Those were so
Yeah, that was
good.
fucking great.
That and an
And
Ecto Cooler.
Ecto Cooler was fucking great too. I remember getting Ecto Cooler in the big metal can.
They brought it back a couple of years ago.
I heard it sucked.
No, it was fine. I had a bunch of it.
Oh, it was good?
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Okay.
But then I don't know. I guess it went away again. But didn't really have. I remember like associating it with Slimer in the
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
because Slimer was on it.
Yeah, but I don't remember him like he wasn't a big because like even in the new Ghostbusters movie, he's not a character. But he wasn't really a character in the original ones either, I guess.
He was
Or
more of a character in the
cartoon.
cartoon.
Yeah,
And they had the cartoon Slimer
yeah,
on the old Ecto Cooler that we drank back in the day.
yeah. I don't
That
remember.
Slimer was fucking annoying. Have you ever gone back and tried to watch that cartoon? It's
No,
fucking atrocious.
doesn't hold up, huh?
Oh, not at all. And Slimer, like, they, I think season one he didn't talk, but then season two he did talk, and he kind of like had like a high pitched meat wad thing going on, but you couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. And they made him like all cutesy, I guess, to get kids to watch and sell Slimer fucking plush toys and bullshit. But oh boy, that was not a fucking looking back on that thing, that was not a good cartoon.
Well, there was two of them.
Yeah, there was the Ghostbuster cartoon featuring the Ghostbusters from the movie,
Yeah.
and then there was the real Ghostbusters, which was nothing like the other Ghostbusters at all. It was
No,
stupid.
I didn't like that one. I think.
Yeah, it was terrible. The guy that voiced Skeletor voiced the main dude's bad guy, whatever the fuck his name was.
I don't remember
The dude
anymore.
that voiced Skeletor voiced the main bad guy in that shitty Ghostbusters cartoon. Even though they were both shitty, really. But
Yeah, well, at the time. Do you remember Cool Cat? He was like the host of the Saturday morning cartoons.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I used to
Sounds familiar.
I
Maybe if I saw him, I would
yeah,
remember.
I remember like that was the like it was like I think it was a puppet or something. Having trouble remembering it now, but
Okay.
it was like in between the cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember all the cartoons from back. Like I remember the Ninja Turtles, obviously, and
Do you
Ghostbusters,
remember the Nintendo cartoons?
and Mario Brothers.
There was Mario Brothers and Zelda.
I remember was He-Man their Saturday morning?
I kind of feel like He Man was on all the fucking time because I remember
Thundercats,
constantly watching it.
Thundercats. I remember.
Thundercats too. Hell, I loved Thundercats and He Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then there was. Do you remember Silverhawks?
Yes. That was weird.
That was a bugged out cartoon. Fucking bunch of alien dudes flying around in fucking gold and silver hawk costumes and shit.
Like Captain Planet.
Oh, Captain Planet sucked. Oh, I remember sitting through that because that was on TBS. And after Captain Planet came on, WCW Wrestling came on.
Ah,
So I remember just like kind of sitting through the last 10, 15 minutes of Captain Planet waiting for wrestling to come on.
you know, they
Just
all
to
put
see,
their
oh my
rings
God.
together.
Ugh. Should have put their fucking cocks together. Stupid cartoon.
I think there was like a Rick and Morty episode where
Oh, was there?
they had like a girl Captain Planet and Morty ended up banging her.
Good.
And then she
Fuck that
turned and then
cartoon.
he like she turned crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Remember Voltron?
Yeah, I had the metal Voltron toy that shot the sword and the fist and yeah.
Was Voltron?
Those are the cats that formed together, right? And they made the big robot. They were cats, like they were like robot cats at first, and then they came together to make the big
Yes.
robot.
And then they joined together and made the giant robot.
Yeah,
Okay. Because I feel like there was another thing kind of like that was like a ripoff of it.
yeah, there probably was. It was kind of like Power Rangers in a way.
Yeah, Power Rangers was definitely a ripoff of Voltron.
I don't remember the like plot lines, so it's hard to.
My niece liked that. We were too old for Power Rangers.
Yeah, I remember like I remember like fifth or sixth grade seeing Power Rangers and going, eh, yeah, yeah, it was a little too cheesy.
Yeah, I think I was in eighth grade when my niece was getting into that. And I was like, I was already playing guitar. I didn't care about cartoons no more.
I think one of them got arrested for murder
Oh, shit.
though. Yeah.
Was it the Black Ranger?
No, it wasn't. I
Pink Ranger was hot.
don't even remember anymore.
She was fucking hot.
Was the Yellow Ranger a girl too?
Yeah, and she was Haitian.
That's fucked up. I didn't even think of that.
It's not that fucked up. The Black Ranger was black.
I guess he was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was the green one that came in later on, I think. Or was it?
Yeah, late he was later on.
I think that might be
And
the
then
one that
and then he
murdered.
was like white, like his costume was white after a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't watch that. It was too cheesy.
He was like a douchebag too. I fucking hated that guy. But the Pink Ranger was fucking hot.
So in the Do you remember like some of the stupid shit you did in the 80's and 90's because we were outside and didn't have all this cool stuff inside to do?
Yeah, I did a lot of dumb shit in the 80s and 90s. Um, yeah, I would fucking. I had a brook in back of my house where if you crossed the brook and went up this little hill, there was a fucking cemetery back there. It was Dale Cemetery right behind my house. And in the brook, there was all kinds of fucking little fishes and eels and lots of crayfish.
Huh.
So I would spend fucking most of the day in the brook, like literally in the brook, fucking ankle deep in the water, fucking my sneakers up and lifting up rocks and just trying to catch crayfish.
That
And I
sounds like
didn't do
fun.
anything. I would just catch them like in a cup or a bucket, and I would fucking dump them back out into the water.
Yeah, that's fun though. That was fun then.
It was fun. It was a cool way to kill time. You know,
Yeah.
my mother wanted me out of the house. When I first got Nintendo, might have been 9 or 10. I got
Yeah.
it later than everybody
I
else.
think I was probably like 7 or 8 when I got it.
Yeah, I might have been like 9. And I got it later than everybody. And I got it when I got it, the Turtles game for it had just come out.
Oh,
And I was addicted to playing that thing. I wanted to beat it so bad, but it was impossible to beat. And my mother would have to fucking just turn the game off and go the fuck outside and play.
we used to
Like,
play.
enough of this fucking video game, go outside. So I would just go in the brook and fucking catch crayfish.
We used to play Tecmo Super Bowl all the time. That was the
I
game.
remember that.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson's Punch Out, which
I had Punch Out after they took Tyson out of it.
I wish I had my original one. I don't know what happened to it because I had Mike Tyson's Punch Out,
Yeah, that's worth a few bucks.
probably. And I don't know, like it's one of the few games that disappeared.
Yeah, somebody probably fucking stole it from you.
Probably. But because I remember later on it was just Punch Out.
Yeah, that's the one I had. It was just Punch Out, and the main guy at the end was Mr. Dream.
Yeah.
That was the dude you had to beat at the end.
It was probably the same. It was probably Mike Tyson, but they probably put a different like trunks and stuff on him.
Yeah, they made his skin yellow, but he had the same moves and the same fucking
One punch and you
same
go,
glitch in his character where you knew the punch was coming.
but it didn't matter. I could never beat him.
Me neither.
Yeah. I'm
Me
not
neither. I couldn't beat the guy before him was Super Macho Man. I couldn't beat him.
you had to have the game genie, and even then I couldn't win. I still
I
have
never had the Game Genie.
I still have my game genie,
That's funny.
but I don't have Mike Tyson's punch out.
Right. Yeah, I never had the Game Genie. I remember it. I remember getting Nintendo Magazine once in a while.
Oh yeah, I used to get the Nintendo Power, and
Nintendo Power, that's it.
me and one of my friends used to draw our own Nintendo Powers and make up games and put like the
Oh,
drawings.
really?
Yeah, it was so stupid, but
That's
but
funny.
yeah, that's what that's what we did in school. That's how probably should have been doing something else, but that's what we were doing.
Probably should have been doing schoolwork, but fuck schoolwork.
Yeah, cares. I hear kids are getting stupider now anyway.
I'm not surprised. They're
Like
all
they're
fucking looking at their phones all day.
well with the math and everything. Apparently, like numbers have gone down. I don't know.
Yeah, because isn't there like a new fucking math that's like it doesn't need to be as impossible as they're making it out to be?
I don't know, but I mean, like everybody has a calculator in their pocket. You don't really need it
Right.
anymore. Like, why do you need to? You need the basic skills, but
Remember going to fucking do tests and your teacher was like, "You're never gonna have a calculator by your side the entire time." Oh, am I now?
that I knew was BS from the beginning because my dad was an accountant, and that's what he used the calculator to do his job. That's what he
Right.
did. Like, come on, if you're really working with math and everything, you're not doing it in your like you're doing it on a calculator. Even back then,
Yeah.
it was battery powered, but you were doing it with.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
You're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket all the time. Yes, I am.
You remember the people they had that on the watch, watch calculators.
Yeah, we had a nerdy kid in school that had one of those.
I don't know how good they were though. I still have one that like it's like a necklace with a calculator on it. I
Oh
never
my God.
I never used it. I don't know. I just found it in my closet one day.
Of course you didn't use it. Why would you walk around with a fucking calculator around your neck?
I don't
Fucking tie the other end around a beam and fucking say goodbye.
know. Carve here. It was Brooks.
Nerd was here. He'll never divide a fraction again.
uh, man,
The
there's
world
so
outside math is too loud and crazy for me.
well. We should probably wrap this up.
Oh, are we about to fucking run out?
Yeah, but there's plenty more for us to go into. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about.
I could definitely keep going on more about the 80's and
Yeah.
90's.
You
Absolutely.
could remember topics from the 80's that you would like us to talk about remembering right below us.
Lois.
Give us a comment, give us a like, subscribe, do the stuff. Help us
Yeah,
out.
you fucking millennials and Gen Zers.
Stop you mooching on us for free. We're not
That's
getting
right.
anything out of this anyway.
Get off my lawn.
Two mellows.
Later.
Later.